This episode of Nerds Gone Rogue is brought to you by Killers. All John ever wanted was to be normal, but the grisly murder of his parents when he was just a child left something terrible brewing inside him. John was a killer, a fact he'd accepted as he now lived on the streets, looking for a place he belonged in this world. On a night that seemed like fate, while on a train heading west, a stranger intervenes as John is on the verge of his most recent crime. His name is Professor James Conrad, and he asks John to come live with him in a group of young serial killers he has taken under his wing. Together they search for a purpose in their murderous ways. It isn't long after a new sadistic serial killer begins to terrorize Seattle, and throwing a wrench into all they are trying to accomplish. Time seems to be running out for the group to find the answers they are searching for. Where will they go? What is their purpose? And with the killing closing in, who will survive the night? Written by C. Benjamin Doyle, Killers is available now on Amazon and Amazon Kindle. Get your copy today.
What's up, nerds? Welcome to Nerds Gone Rogue, episode 94. I think Montell Jordan sang about 94 at some point in his career. If anybody remembers that, you're as old as us. Good for you. My name is Matthew Keel. As always, with me is my moose in chief. How are you, sir?
Good.
And then Corey is out today. He is doing the correct thing and celebrating his wife's birthday. So happy birthday from all of us at Nerds Gone Rogue Sana. Many happy returns. Instead, we brought the original final third that started this roller coaster, for better or worse. But he only shows his face rarely, but when he does, it's a good time. Todd Oxtra, how are you, sir?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you for having me. Like, been a long time because I don't think Corey was. Now he's having a kid, so life is just going by.
Yeah.
You had a different background. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't have beer bottles. I have my records. But for those who don't know, Todd is the main man. Well, actually, he's half of the main duo behind Secret Friends Unite. He and Charlie Carden have a wonderful show. I haven't listened in a bit. I'll be honest. Lisa's still hosting that with you, or no?
No. We went back to a busy single mom. She's got 2 kids.
Yeah.
And so because that, we're like, hey, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna fill back just Charlie and myself, so we can have more guests on. Kind of mix it up a little bit. So what Lisa brought to the table, but at that point, I think she just runs her own business and things like that. Just didn't have a lot of free time on her hands.
Yeah, she's super busy. Like,
she didn't need the added stress of doing the podcast.
No, and I'm getting older. My son is more responsible and takes care of himself pretty much. So I'm on board.
Mm-hmm. That's called parenting.
That's right.
Now you're only seeing half of Captain Canada's face because he wants to hide the other half.
That's his profile picture. That's his side view.
We only got his mugshot.
Yeah.
Captain Canada, Matt Phillips, middle of Are you PvPing or raiding right now?
I'm PvPing. I was going to join later, but you guys are harassing me.
That's so right.
Wow. Well, that's because we really want you. We really want to believe you're our friend. That's why we harass you.
That's right. We want to believe you'd like to hang out with us.
Doesn't me at all. Anyway.
Wait, is somebody still playing Destiny?
No, he's playing WoW.
Wow, World of Warcraft.
Ooh. Nice.
Yeah, Phillips.
I hate him. I hate him every day that he plays it because it's a day that I can't play it with him.
Oh, because I was going to say, if this is Destiny, it does feel like back in the day in the podcast when Corey was raiding and getting Koroks, and it was crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was weird times in Nerds Gone Rogue. We're only like 6 episodes away from episode 100.
Somebody posted in one of our groups, if is anybody going to jump back into Destiny 2 with the new expansion I think coming out tomorrow? And for a second there, I thought it was Divinity Original Sin 2, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna do it. And then I reread the post and I'm like, no Destiny 2, no. So I had to go delete my head because I was like, I'm not getting into Destiny 2. So I just thought that was pretty.
I haven't played Destiny 2, but it is on sale this month. Humble Bundle monthly. It's $12 if you play on PC.
That's not bad. $12. So.
Yeah, $10 at Best Buy right now too. Easy.
Well,
it's crazy.
Well, at least we can rest assured that there are like 30 people still playing Destiny. Good for them. Moose, what are you playing?
Currently, I'm playing Beyond Two Souls. So I wrapped up God of War, not like last week, but the week before, and then I was playing The Order 1886 all last week. Wrapped that up over the the end of last week, and then jumped right into Beyond Two Souls. So what I'm basically trying to do is, everybody already knows, I'm doing a challenge with the other guys over at Nerds Gone Platinum, and we have to beat. I have 22 games to beat before December 31st, and so I'm trying to beat small chunk games, time-wise games, before May 25th, because my most anticipated game of the year comes out on that date, which is the Dark Souls Remastered. Yeah. So I'll be playing a lot of that. I'm kind of surprised that I dropped God of War as quickly as I did. I want to let the listeners know that doesn't speak anything against the game. The game is really great. I just think... personally, me wanting to get some games out of the way just propelled me to be like, you know what, I'll come back to this later. Because Matt posted that he got the platinum today, which I want to get. The platinum. Congratulations!
Thank you, sir.
I want to get the platinum in it, but I think it's going to have to be something that I come back to. So I'm doing. So I did the Order. I'm knocking out Beyond Two Souls, and then I think I'm going to try and do Doom and Ratchet and Clank before the end of the month, so that I can at least get 4 challenge games out of the way. And I'm towards the end. I think I only have maybe 5 to 7 chapters left in Beyond Two Souls. I'm enjoying the game. It's a decent game. I've got some gripes with some storylines. Some of them just don't. You're like, where the heck did this go? What happened to this? Or some game mechanics. You're kind of like, it's really weird that, it works this way. But other than that, I'm enjoying the game. I didn't get it. I got it for free because I have PlayStation Plus, but I already owned it, so it doesn't matter because I bought it. But I got it on the cheap, and it's a good game. It's not the best in the world, but as far as gameplay goes, but it's more actiony and more of a game than a Telltale game is, I'd have to say. So if you're looking for something that's got a really good story, but you don't need to be a hardcore gamer to play, you'd enjoy Beyond Two Souls. But other than that, some Fortnite. Still playing some Fortnite with Jurgen. I'll probably play with him this weekend if I get some time in, especially since they're doing the Avengers crossover. Apparently they're doing something where the Infinity Gauntlet spawns somewhere in the world, and if you find it, they don't know what powers you get with it, but apparently you get certain powers with the gauntlet. And so it's gonna be pretty interesting to see the first videos of the people that find that. And I think it's going maybe a week. It's a limited time thing going on. But so Fortnite, and then Bloodborne, and Dark Souls. That's about it. So what have you been playing, Matt?
As you said, I got my 97th platinum earlier today. I platinumed God of War.
Woo! It's getting to 100.
I know. I'm hoping I can get 2 more relatively quickly. I'm probably going to either really focus on Far Cry 5 and finish that up, and then either that or Burnout Paradise. I'd also like to play Minute as well, but I have to make sure that no matter what, after number 99, my 100th platinum is going to be Persona 5. So either way, Persona 5 is definitely in my future. Other than that, I haven't really played anything else. I played some Switch. I played some FIFA on Switch. I love that game.
Wait, do you have any plans for your 100th platinum?
I want to do Persona 5. That's really it. Like I want that to be it because Persona 4 was such a fun time to actually platinum, and what I've played of Persona 5, that game is as good, if not better, than 4 in my opinion, and the Persona series is very special to me. Todd, what you geeking out on?
So, do you want what I'm playing or what my son's playing? 'Cause it seems like I am watching my son play more than actually play these days.
I mean, you know,
you can do
choose
both.
your own adventure. Choose your own adventure.
You can start with what you're playing and then be like, what I'm watching my son play.
Okay, yeah, because we share a PS4, we share a PC. Everything we own, we share. So, he's 12 years old. So, my time, basically, we go back and forth. It's amazing. It's really how he hangs out with his buddies now. So it's kind of fun to see him do that. He's an only child, so it's either have them out or them playing online, and I'll hit up with my son. So it's a pretty good exchange. He's playing Fortnite. He loves it. He's a lot of fun. He loves the PvE mode more so than Battle Royale. So he bought that because I don't know if that mode's ever going to come out for free. I think they're like, hey, Battle Royale's where it's at. If you want this other part, sure, we'll take your $40, but we're really not focusing on it. But he really loves that mode, just hanging with his buddy.
I think when it officially launches, it will be free.
Oh, yeah, they keep saying that, like, oh, yeah, it's going to come 2017. I think they're just going to keep pushing it out. And then people will just buy it over time and they'll be free.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll come on. But, and he was telling me Undertale. I was not familiar with the game at all. Big. People loved it. And when he talks about, that game and how many times he had to play through it and the gameplay, I was like, this is a crazy game. It just boggled my mind. I'd never seen that type of game before. That aesthetic still applies to kids at this age, because my son's big into graphics and everything. He talks about coaches and stuff like that. But for him to be that excited about those graphics and the gameplay, and especially the music. The music,
the music
is fantastic.
Phenomenal.
Exactly. So, it's just amazing how they can take the old, the chiptune stuff and make it fresh and real. So that's very cool. So I feel like I'm seeing different games I normally wouldn't be attracted to through his eyes. And it's a shame it's not coming out on Switch anytime soon. It's coming soon. But for $5, it's probably gonna be $20 for him. It's a great. Love that. But the games I've been playing, God of War. I really maybe you guys can help me. I don't know how far I am into the game. I really don't. So I don't know how much spoilers we can talk about, but let me just put it this way. I just killed somebody's son.
Oh, you're almost done. You're done.
I wanted to be vague because I wasn't sure. Because I'm like, at this point, I'm like, I'm not sure how much. Because I've been doing a lot of side quests and doing things like that. Because I feel like, am I ready for it?
Main story, you're pretty much done, and there's it's just walking around and discovering the end of the story. There's not if you don't have to go and be level up to be extra power or anything. So if you want to finish the game and finish out the main story, you can. You're perfectly powered for that because you're good to go. It's just mainly story is left in the game from here on out.
Okay, because there's some hard as hell shit in that game. I mean, the terrors, some of the terrors you go open up and so I'm trying to get something. You're like, those two guys are level 7. I'm like, holy crap. I tried fighting the Valkyrie 1. Got my ass handed. I don't know what level I was at the time. So I'm like, I want to go back and try that. So it's a game, and definitely I'll finish it just to avoid spoilers, because I have avoided spoilers. I think I saw a spoiler, but I'm not 100% sure. I mean, it would be amazing if that spoiler happened, because I'm like, there's a lot of relationship ending to have to happen for that to happen, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't want to give too much away if you're, still getting through the game, but it was just something I saw, and maybe I'll tell you guys later.
Well, no, what did you see? What did you see? Okay. I'm curious.
I saw a knocked up Freya.
Say that one more time?
Freya knocked up. So it was like somebody made a cartoon. I don't know if it was a comic or something like that. I'm like, they didn't knock boots, did they?
No, not in this game.
Okay. So I'm like, maybe in the future.
And if I'm spoiling that for somebody,
no.
I'm telling you something that's not in the game. All right.
Yeah. I'm just glad it's not a spoiler then.
No, that's not a spoiler.
There'd be some major relationship making to get to that point, because where I'm at right now, she hates me. So
Yeah.
that's the spoiler. So. Yeah. But that game is phenomenal. I mean, it's what I never thought I'd get. And somebody was talking about this, I never thought I'd be excited about making Kratos look cool. And some of those armors are cool. Like the snake skin pattern. Brilliant. Yeah. So I'm playing. Yeah.
Did you do all the dwarf stuff?
I just got Fafner's storeroom.
No, I'm talking about all the quests for each
I think
dwarf.
I have. I think the only quests left are like open these other realms.
Are they working together?
Yes.
Okay.
And I just got the whetstone.
Now they can make armor that basically, I platinumed the game. Once you get that set of side quests done, the armor, there are 2 types of armor you can get out of that quest. And it's not really a one or the other. You just have to find resources to get them.
Well, yeah, they mentioned that. I'm like, oh, that sounds like it's going to open up a lot of side quests.
It really doesn't, but like that's when you're prepped to take on the Valkyries. Use their armor to go after the Valkyries. Now I'm not really going to go into Niflheim or Muspelheim, however you say that.
Muspelheim.
Sure. But those are the two realms that are not required in any way to finish the game. But I think that they are cool in themselves, and I'll save that for when Nerds Gone Rogue does a spoiler cast, because I know there's talk about it.
Oh yeah,
Nerds Gone Platinum, motherfucker.
Oh, whatever. Whatever.
I still haven't gotten a platinum yet, so that hasn't changed.
That's okay. You know,
I'm still lame. I'm still lame.
No. I wouldn't have started. I wouldn't have started this with you if you were lame. Okay. If I thought you were lame. I don't know if the rest of the world thinks you're lame. I don't.
Oh, sure. I'm sure that's you, but that's okay. But I mean, and it was funny because we were talking about Destiny 2, and I'm like, I did not play the last expansion. The next one's coming up, and I'm like, somebody asked me if I'm going to play it. I'm like, let's see. Once I finish God of War, once I finish Far Cry 5, South Park, and then I finish. What was the other game I was playing? Oh, Witcher 3. Oh, and then I also have Battle Chasers Night War coming on Switch finally. A present my wife bought me back in the day, and that game is finally releasing now.
Battle Chasers.
It's basically it's a turn-based RPG.
Hang on.
Comic book series.
Okay.
But it's Western, so it's based off a comic book series by Joe Madura. Basically, he was the creative director behind Darksiders. He went off and created his own studio, and this game has beautiful hand-drawn art from a comic book. It's turn-based though, because you basically got your 3 party members, and then you basically are doing, looks like a Final Fantasy game, like an old Final Fantasy 6 or something like that. Beautiful though. It's like, this is animation. It's beautiful. I think it's $40 on Switch. It's gotten great reviews, and I thought it's the perfect game to play on Switch. So it's really a fantastic game. I'm really
coming out like next week, isn't it? Tuesday.
It is the 15th. Yeah.
Yeah, the 15th. Yeah. Okay.
It came out last September on all other platforms, and they had Unity issues bringing it to Switch. So I'm glad it's finally coming.
Yeah, well, I think it was one of those games where it was like going to originally release on Switch first. It was announced from Indies. Yeah, it was originally announced. Like the game was coming out. It was on like Kickstarter. Was doing really great, and it was going to come to all platforms. And then they were like, "Oh!" Like Nintendo swooped in and was like, "Oh no, it's coming to Switch first." And then I don't know what happened in the background. And then, like you said, it released on other consoles first. Because I've seen the reviews and I want to play it, but I'm going to wait for a sale. But it looks really cool. It looks like a lot of fun. I like the art style of it. But yeah, it's like come out and it's like, yeah. I might actually wait to get it on sale on the Switch, just to have another game, just to have another game to play on the Switch. Because like I was talking, God, I can't remember who, but me and Jeff, I believe, were talking about it. Where I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, all these games up to like a certain point, yes, they will be bought on my PS4, but like any game after a certain point, it's like, you know. As long as it plays as well on the Switch as it would my PS4, I will buy it on my Switch. Like what is it? Wizard of Legend, which is coming out soon, which is supposed to be really awesome.
That game looks cool, man. That game looks real cool.
Yeah, So, I mean, that's just the only one I can think of off the top of my head. But there's a bunch of games that'll be coming out on the Switch or on both consoles, and I'll be like, I think I'll wait and nab it on Switch. Yeah, just to be able to, because I have, if I don't do anything during my lunch break, I can play my Switch, and that's 52 hours a year that I can commit to playing like some type of gaming on the Switch. So,
yeah, it's amazing how little I play Switch these days. My son plays it. I rarely play Switch handheld. I still hate Joy-Con. I think they're horrible inputs. They're okay for handheld, but for me, the size of the actual analog sticks reminds me of the old nunchuck on the Wii. Hated it. The buttons and all the other triggers are really small. So for me, the Pro Controller is the only way to play.
I love the Pro Controller.
Yeah, so my dream is still Pro-Cons. Basically, Joy-Con.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I love that. Oh,
there's no reason they can't. And you know what? They can just say this edition's coming out. It's not meant to be broken.
Yeah, but
basically,
you know what Nintendo will do if they ever decide, Pro-Con, Todd Oxtra's Pro-Con idea. There's really good. You know what they're going to give you? They're going to give you those GameCube like yellow buttons, the yellow sticks. They're going to give you that, and because let's be fair. I love the Switch. I love it to death. I do not regret giving up my Vita for a Switch. Do not regret it. But there's problems with the Joy-Cons. There just is.
Well, Matt, what they're going to do is the second Joy-Con on your right-hand side, and give you that little nub like you get on the 3DS XL.
No, we don't need don't give them don't put that idea out there because because the C-stick nonsense, they'll look at that as that's a nice joke. They'll use that one. Don't do that. And then we're all just gonna be stuck supporting terrible behavior.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think, and this just happened to me, but like a couple weeks ago, pulling my Switch out of the case, like the top of one of the Joy-Cons just basically ripped off. Like
mine did too.
The rubber part. I mean, it still works. It still plays, but like, now I have no traction. So it's shitty. And
it's less than 6 months old, isn't it? We bought ours around the same time. You bought yours like a week or two before I did, and I bought mine like right around.
I've had it for about a year. I think.
No,
you don't think so?
No. It's April, dude. You did not buy it a month after release.
No.
Oh, okay.
Buy it a month after release.
It's actually May.
Yes.
Well, 2 months after release.
Yeah.
Okay, it's May by like fucking 8 days, 6 days. Fucking whatever. But anyways,
the eyes of May. It's the eyes of May. There we go.
7 days.
You did not buy it a month and some change after it came out. I know that.
Okay.
You bought it like right before me because you bought it when Mario came out and they released
All you're
Mario
doing is proving how bad my memory is. Do you feel better?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
actually.
as long as you feel better.
That's pretty much the highlight of my day.
Okay, good.
So, like he said, call
you and my
Nintendo.
girlfriend. It's great.
Call Nintendo and be like, or whatever, and say, hey, this is not even like 6 months old. Like, what is going on here?
Mm-hmm.
And they should replace that Joy-Con because the only reason I say this is because those Joy-Cons are fucking awesome. They're the red ones.
Yeah.
If they were the gray ones like mine, I probably wouldn't care and just go out and get another one. You know what I mean? To replace it. But because they're that limited edition Mario Odyssey edition Switch, I'd be fucking pissed about that.
Yeah.
Or if they won't replace them, I'm sure by now you can find a way to open up your Joy-Con and actually buy a replacement Joy-Con.
Yeah,
the joystick. Like if you had to do it to your DualShock 4 or something. Like you could actually replace the analog stick.
I haven't had too many issues. Well, I mean, I've had some issues just thumb slipping off the controller, but part of that could be thumb placement, and part of that I don't feel like the Joy-Con is working any less accurate than it did before. So I'm not too. I mean, she did. She was there, and she's like, "You're still scoring goals."
Yeah, buddy.
And I wish this was all euphemism, but no, she was just watching me play FIFA. And I'm
now. Have you hooked it up to a TV yet?
Yes.
So are you enjoying it on TV in the dock?
I don't. I still use it predominantly handheld.
Mm-hmm.
The times that I've hooked it up to a TV has been to play co-op with Reba.
Nice.
We did the Super Meat Boy race mode, and that was fun for me, but very stressful for her.
Oh, I can imagine. I'd want to punch you in the face if I was your girlfriend.
Well, I mean, and I'm like, I just said, look, you're playing. Like, I'm literally holding the little Joy-Con because I don't have a Pro controller. I'm holding the thing, and I'm still just looking at her, talking to her, and going through each level. And she's like, "How are you doing that when you're looking at me?" I go, "That's how well I know this game." And she's like, "Is there a platinum in this?" I go, "No, we're on Nintendo, but I am probably going to platinum this on PS4 at some point." So you get to look forward to that. And meanwhile, I finished the race, and she's like, "How do I do this?" But she's and Reba doesn't play like a ton of video games. Like recently, we've been playing Adventure Pals, which came out a few weeks ago on PS4, and for what that game is really fun, and that game is an absurdist nightmare. It's good. It controls really well. It balances between platforming and overworld, stuff really well. It's fun, and I think the dialogue is super. I'm sorry, it is guacamole good. Like how for some reason, like I didn't really care about the term awesome sauce until I played Guacamelee.
Yeah.
And like there's a lot of that in this, and we've kind of chuckled at the dialogue. That game is really good, and I think it'll actually be her first platinum. So
nice.
So there's that. But we've actually
have a platinum.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I did not. I was unaware of that. That is awesome.
And I've actually talked to her about playing Swords of Ditto as well.
Ooh.
Which looks really freaking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks fun.
I've heard a lot of good things about it. Alan Heinen, who's been on the show, he actually said that he's enjoying it, and it's really cool. It's got a really good Zelda vibe to it. So
yeah. I mean, and I showed her the trailer. I'm like, would you be interested in playing this? She's like, do we have to stop playing Adventure Pals? I'm like, no, we don't have to stop playing Adventure Pals. I don't want to stop.
You just switch, like you just bounce back and forth.
Yeah,
that's how you.
I go. We could either we could finish that and then go to Swords of Ditto, or we can start and go back and forth. I want to do both. So that's.
I am an addict, honey. I can do both. It's whatever you want to do.
Well, and then like with God of War this weekend, like I was on call this weekend. I wasn't actually working, but I had to be ready to work.
Yeah.
So I usually I use an on-call weekend to just sort of sit around the house. We had some stuff happen, and I needed to sort of be present boyfriend. I don't regret any of that because I care about her very deeply. I want to support her whenever she needs me, and I want to be there for her as well. But it got to the point where last night I just decided I'm playing God of War, and I got into such a zone. I didn't start playing till after 10:30.
Yeah, it was pretty late.
And I played till I think I fell asleep in front of God of War at 3:30 or 4.
Ooh.
Woke up and did the whole "where am I?" and I'm like, oh, okay, I got to go up to bed now. Woke up at 10:30, went back down and just finished the game. And yeah, the platinum in God of War is a worthy task. It's not difficult. I would probably say it's 4 or 5 out of 10. But the Valkyrie fights and the Valkyrie story is worth everybody's time. Now, I know that it's pretty much widespread knowledge at this point that there are a bunch of places, there are a bunch of realms you can't go to. Like where Jotunheim and Helheim, and just so Todd knows what I'm talking about. There are a bunch of realms in that place that you don't get access to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's DLC planned for this game.
They haven't announced it, but I feel like.
But they didn't do a season pass, so
I feel like it's going to be something like Horizon, where either they make the announcement at E3 or they let everybody enjoy the game enough to the point where PAX, not PAX, but PSX, where they announce it at PSX and they say we have DLC coming and it comes out early next year, and then that way it's not like, oh, this is a cash grab, you know what I mean? Like, oh, they cut out part of the game and now no. In my opinion, in playing God of War, I haven't done all the side quests and whatnot, but I feel it is a complete game.
It is.
Just like Horizon Zero Dawn, it is a complete game. So then if they decided to give us DLC that opened those two realms, it would just be, hopefully they would do it in a way where it's like, if you don't want to buy this DLC, it's just side story. Mm-hmm. Like it's not like going to be anything major to the major story. Maybe they reference it in a future sequel, just because, it's something him and the boy experience together. So, but other than that, it's not something you need to play to understand what's going on in the main story of this continuation of the series. So I think that's what they're going to do.
I actually don't think they'll do DLC, because I feel like if they do DLC to open up those two realms, I feel like they've sort of cock-blocked themselves further in the series from using them.
I don't think so, because you don't have to go there and fuck shit up. You could just go there and do something and come out. I mean,
agreed, but I also feel like that's kind of a half-ass, when I would rather them put their whole asses into it. But you never know. So
I'm wondering about God of War, because I mean, I don't know how many years are left in this PlayStation generation. I mean, a sequel. I mean, we're probably not getting a sequel for another 3 years, right?
Yeah, it'll probably be a launch title. Making a launch title.
I don't think this generation is going to last 7 years, right? It's not gonna...
I think it'll be 7 at the most.
So that would be
2020. It'd be 2020.
So I don't know. Maybe, I mean, it makes sense to maybe do a complete edition. You add a little extra content for like $20. You don't make it expensive. You don't need, kind of like the Zelda content, right? The Zelda content wasn't like earth-shattering. It wasn't crazy, but it added a different side story, maybe. I don't know where it ends, so I still don't know how they could do that yet. But I mean, that could be. I mean, I don't know if Mimir sticks around. That was cool. I like him. I think he would have some
great. Mimir is fantastic.
I think he would have some lore or something to say. Let me tell you a tale of this, and then
what if you did like a previous story of background stories of people, but they're in those realms?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I'd be down.
So, they could do a DLC where it's, they could do some DLC where maybe, and just throwing it out there, you don't even have, maybe it's before your, okay, this is getting spoilerish, but you already know this, but, his wife dies, so you don't have the axe, you're using the Chains of Chaos. Say you go to those realms and you're figuring some things out, side stories, or it could even be her going, the mother going,
Goddess of War,
and interacting with Mimir, so you could see Mimir's backstory a little bit or something. I would love to see his backstory. I love the dwarves. I love the dwarves to death, but they just get it's like he wins. Mimir wins by like his teeth. Like it's a photo finish at the finish line, and for me, Mimir wins by his teeth. He's so funny. He's got a great, a funny look on life. He interacts with Kratos well and the boy as well. And so I think he just adds a really good dimension. I mean, for God's sakes, spoilers, he's a fucking head that's attached to your hip. So, I mean, it's like, at least you don't have him turned around so all he sees is your butt cheek. Like, he can at least look behind you.
Oh, it'd be funny if like in battle, it was like a set of keys attached to a carabiner where it spun around, and then just like all of a sudden you just hear him just muffled. He's like, "Brrr!"
Yeah,
you're like, I don't understand you.
yeah.
His head is never used him as like a weapon.
Yeah, that's true. Or a distraction to just like throw him and be like, distract that guy over there. But yeah,
well, I mean, the brothers, they knew his wife ahead of time. So maybe they could tell some tales of her before Kratos met her, and then his son and he could kind of like learn about her beforehand.
It could be where she goes into those realms.
Yeah,
like you're saying, and does what she does, and then at the end of the story, it's how she meets Kratos, and then just that happens. You don't have to see like them living together. I mean, that would be cool if they did that, but you just need the two of them meet.
Oh, that'd be so good. Kratos, you gotta do this. Shut up, woman.
Boy, girl, woman. But
I will not do the dishes.
Is that where we finally get the
okay?
Is that where you finally get the God of War sex game?
Why you got to do this?
That's hard.
But no, I'm not. I can't predict the future, but I have a feeling that come the end of the year, Nerds Gone Rogue will have probably 4 characters high in the running for best new character, and they will be Atreus, Brock, Sindri, and Mimir. All 4 of those characters are just so well done.
Yeah, especially Atreus. Like going into it, you're kind of like, freaking escort quest, whatever. Because, you're going on your journey, do whatever you're doing.
It's like, oh, great, Ellie, that's a Norwegian dude. I get it.
Right, but then it's like, no, like, he's pretty badass. He can hold his own.
Even when you're not using him in battle, he starts beating stuff down. I'm like, that is not bad, Atreus.
And having a 12-year-old son, he acts just like a 12-year-old boy. Oh my god! Just like, shut up, boy.
Yeah. Well, Todd's like, boy.
Exactly.
Well,
call me Dad of War. I'll get a beard and I'll put some paint on my face. That's what I'm being for Halloween.
Do it.
Nice.
Do it. I do it. I will say this. We were walking, Reba and I took Bagel to like one of the nature trails near us. And we found some graffiti on a giant walk. And I looked at Reba and I said, boy, read this. She's like, I'm not in your game. I go, I know, but at least you got what I was doing. And the Bagel is just like, I don't know what's happening.
Bagel's just happy to be out of the house.
That's true. Actually, he's happy to be in the house. There's not a happier dog to be alive in the moment, because by the next moment he's forgotten the previous moment. So love him to death, though, that little scamp. So actually, we don't really have a topic planned for tonight, Todd. I will ask you this. Playing God of War as a father, does that sort of change your perception of it at all, do you think?
It does. And it's funny. I saw an article that was like how God of War made me a better father. And it does do such a good job of portraying that relationship with your dad. As a dad, you go through stages in time. You have your little boy that's adorable, your baby. You go through some interesting times with him. He develops, and it's a different relationship that I would have with my daughter, because it's just different. It's harder to relate as a boy because I was never a girl. But with my son, and as he grows, and those things where he's no longer a child, he's becoming an adolescent. Kind of like with Kratos, what he can share and how he opens up to his son, and he finally treats him as, kind of not an equal, but at least he's willing to say and show his faults and his mistakes. Yeah. And as a dad, that's really hard, because, you want your kid to really look up to you, not because you demand that respect, it's because you want to feel like you will show them the way to be a better person. We need to be better. And that's what I want to do. So as I think about this and as he gets older, things that are coming about, I don't want to candy coat them, and I don't want to, So that's where it's really interesting, because the responses that Atreus says, in some ways, you feel like, oh my God, if my son said that, I'd slap him across the face. But he won't. He'll basically understand that that's part of him pushing back, part of him having his own independence, and we all did that. So I have to figure out a way, and then this is kind of helping me, like, understanding that, no matter what happens, he doesn't kill me like Kratos tells his boy, if you had to kill me because it would let you live, I'll let you do it. It's like anything, you sacrifice for your kid. So I'm glad we're finally getting this. And the last possible game I thought we would get it through is God of War. So the fact that they could do that, it's just mind-boggling, as I would say, as my favorite newscaster would say. But I mean, it's fantastic, and it just makes me think that storytelling in games, especially as a action adventure game, I never thought this would be the game to deliver on. Basically, bringing narrative, kind of like how Uncharted did, telling you a tale as you go along. And I just love when you go on the boat, and all of a sudden somebody will start telling a story.
Yeah.
And I'll get back to that later. I just love that, because it feels like they're not filling it with fluff. They're filling it with lore in the best possible way.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a breathing, living world, and it makes me so excited. So, yes, a long story short, it's cool because they truly did capture a boy and a father's relationship. It sometimes can be full, and it can be loving, it can be touching, and it can be funny.
So. Well, yeah, and I know that Ed Varnell recently on ngrradio.com wrote a story, and I haven't read it, so I'm not. I started reading it, and then I was at work and I had to deal with patients, but I was reading it, and it seemed like he was trying to say, narratives in games have been there all along. I don't know why this is so special. I'm not going to lob pot shots at his piece, because I would rather do that while he's here and have the discussion. But I feel like, there's a difference between caring about narrative and caring about a good narrative. And more often than not, like in my history with video games in the modern era, I've heard a lot of people say, like, certain games are the best story they've ever, read or heard, or the best story in any medium. And I feel like that's short-sighted, because game storytelling is not great. And I feel like this story particularly went a long way to do both an A to B narrative, as well as world building, as well as character arcs. And all of them weave together very nicely. And anybody who's seen the end, it's pretty obvious we're doing a sequel. Like, it's and Todd, what you said earlier, you were at that part where you're like, oh yeah, they're doing a sequel. And because your next bit is actually, there's a lot of good moments, just based on what you were saying, like the father-son interaction, because from there on out, it's pretty. It does yeoman's work to actually sort of paint and solidify that relationship. And that was where I became a believer. I'm not going to say it doesn't have problems. I'm not going to say that, doing Kratos again was the only move, because there are definitely other moves. But I feel like Cory Barlog and Sony Santa Monica came back to a franchise and said, we're a bit older, we're a bit wiser. Let's see if we can put it into this franchise. And I think they did that. And does it make Kratos like a great character? No. He's still kind of a shitbag. He's still not a great father. But I will say this. I still look at my father and see both the stuff that makes me admire and respect him, as well as the stuff that makes me think he's a shitbag. Do I think my father's perfect? No. Will I always ask him for help? Yes. Will he be the first person I go to for counsel? Yeah, because like Todd said, there's nothing like that. And I think Kratos as a character, I think Sony Santa Monica went a distance to say, we want Kratos to be someone Atreus asks for advice. And I think there are plenty of dialogue up to where you're at and after that proves that point. Going into it would be even more spoiler than we've been this show, because I feel like we've been pretty spoilery this show. So I'll make sure Corey puts in, like, if you want to listen about God of War spoilers, there's a lot of them here. But if you don't, wait till you've played it, because I feel like we've gone pretty deep in that. But I don't regret it. I think it all came up organically, and we just sort of dealt with it. But yeah, no, I like that game. I think that Moose and his Nerds Gone Platinum cohorts are correct that this is probably the best game released this year so far.
But yes.
I don't think that it's an out and out game of the year candidate yet, because it's May. We've got summer, like stuff comes out in the summer now. And then the big fall boom hasn't happened yet.
Well, I personally think it is.
Yeah.
It's on my game of the year list. It's in my top. I mean, to be honest, it's probably my number one right now. The only other game that could unseat it can't even be considered for game of the year because it's a remaster, which is Dark Souls. So I can't.
I mean, I still think Burnout Paradise is the best game to come out this year.
But that's a remaster.
I don't give a fuck.
I
It's
know.
my list, motherfucker.
I know you don't give a fuck.
I
But
know.
I'm just saying, for like traditional lists of games that have come out this year, God
People who
of
play
War
by
is-
those rules.
Because what is it? Far Cry 5, this game, and Monster Hunter are pretty much the biggest game so far.
I think
Yakuza 6.
Okay.
Yakuza 6, yeah.
Yeah.
Ni no Kuni 2.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Nino Tooney has gotten
Yeah.
its fair bit of praise.
There's some others in there that I'm forgetting.
But Nintendo hasn't even had a game I would call interesting yet this year.
Philly's in the chat. Sadly, for the listeners, he can't come back on. He can't get his microphone working. But he says Pillars 2, which is Pillars of Eternity 2, comes out tomorrow. So that might be amazing. I think, didn't Divinity Original Sin launch this year, or was that late last year?
That was last year.
Divinity Original Sin 2 was one of GameSpot's Game of the Year last year.
Yeah,
Okay,
it'll
then
probably
never
come
mind.
to console this year, though.
It is in August. They've announced it for August. So yeah. But see, that would even work. That wouldn't work because, I mean, if we're trying to do a list where it's like only games released, this is the first time, this initially released this year, that wouldn't be on the list. But if I played it, it would probably be in my top 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I've enjoyed the first one tremendously. So like God of War is number 1 right now.
Mm-hmm. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I haven't had any experience with Ni no Kuni 2. Haven't played Yakuza 6, but I want to.
Same.
It's just, challenge games. And
Mhm.
it's just like, what do I want to play this year? And so this is the first game that I'm personally getting this year that I'm excited about to really to play and enjoy. And like the next one is probably Spider-Man. Until E3 comes and they say these are our games that are coming.
These games are coming out this
Yeah.
year.
Did Red Dead Redemption 2 kind of up everybody's? I don't know. Is it that big of a deal that
I'm excited about it, but like I don't know what it is. Like I liked Red Dead Redemption. I didn't beat it till like a year or two after I bought it. I don't know. I just got away from it. I had it on 360, got away from it, and just never finished it. And then I came back and played it. I'll be honest. I think it'll be cool because they're gonna have a quote unquote Red Dead Redemption Online. You know what I mean? Like they will have a Red Dead Redemption Online where you can get a posse, go rob places, or you could be like a vigilante posse or go become a sheriff and go be another person that can help the sheriff of a town, police a town, and handle issues. You know what I mean? Which I think would be cool. I think it would be awesome to run in a posse and terrorize a town, or to go join the sheriff's department and you and your buddies are like sheriffs, like going around trying to clean up, the criminals in the area. But I'm trying to stay dark on the series because I don't want to see it because it's like I want to be surprised by it. Because I feel like games nowadays, like gamers are just like, they're like the people that watch the Marvel movies. More and more and more. Give me more facts. Give me more and more facts. Like I need more and more. And it's like, just shut up. Know the game's coming out. You enjoyed Red Dead Redemption. It's fucking Rockstar. They're gonna knock it out of the park. Like it's not gonna be a game. Like I would pretty much bet a paycheck. I'd bet a month's pay that they would never fall on their face. Yeah. That's how good Rockstar is. So I just think that they're gonna do a good enough of a job with this game that it's gonna be phenomenal. And so to answer your question, Todd, it's kind of just, it's on my radar to get this year, or I want to play it this year. It's just not like I'm so pumped to play this because I'm trying to, like I was saying, stay in the dark, like I'm trying to stay away from the news. Mm-hmm. I don't want to know anything about it. So
are we getting a Battlefront this year?
No,
Star Wars.
Battlefield. Sorry,
Battlefield. We're getting this year.
They'll probably announce that at E3. We don't know. People are saying it's supposedly going to be World War II, so it might be a sequel to the last one. I'd like to see it in modern times. Like I'd like to see a quote unquote Battlefield 5. Whatever that is. But now y'all done screwed up. Because they went Battlefield 1 because it was World War 1, and now it's like, you can't do that. Like they freaking but anyways, I'd rather see a modern shooter. I like modern weapons more so myself personally. And I loved Battlefield 3. Had a blast with Battlefield 3. I had Battlefield 4 on the 360 and it was glitched like crazy, but I still played it. And then when I bought my PS4, like they had it on steep discount. It was maybe $30 for the game, and it was like $40 for like the game and season pass. So I just bought the season pass because I was like, it's $20 off or something like that. So, and I've had a blast with Battlefield 4 on my PS4. So I'd like to see them come out with a modern shooter again, like a modern version of their Battlefield game. If they do World War II, that's fine, but it's just like you're just trying to chase Activision, and that's just not going to happen. You're not going to beat Activision, because they've got a system down. They have 3 studios developing games, and they're on a 3-year cycle. Like DICE is like maybe 2 studios doing like Battlefront and a Battlefield game. Yeah. Like you're kind of screwed. You're not going to have yearly releases, So,
well, and also, aren't there stories about? I think it's been stated that it's valid that Call of Duty this year doesn't have a single player.
Yeah,
but I think they've also been there. I don't know how certain the public is I'm not sure how what public certainty is as to why there's no single player.
Because I think what they're going to do is they're going to drop a battle royale.
Well, yes, I agree with that, but I know like Jeff Gersman on Giant Bomb said they didn't think it was going to come to together in time. So
Yeah.
like there's going to
And
be
see, that's the problem.
Which
if
is
it doesn't
like-
come together in time, then fucking finish your fucking game
it's just
before
like
you release it.
But see, like at that point, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not going to pretend I know what it takes to make any game, iterative or otherwise.
Right.
But how different could multiplayer be year to year? I don't know if anybody is capable of answering that question, but I would love to discuss it.
But here's the other thing. If that's going to be their excuse, if that's the impression that they're giving off, then that developer's royally screwed up because they've done the 3-year cycle.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Which
They know the blueprint. They know you get to a certain gate and you're like, okay, we can't talk about this anymore. Decision's been made. Move along. Can't discuss this anymore. It's set in stone. Whereas in like if you look at a game like God of War this year's, it was a 5-year. It started in 2013. Corey said in one of the interviews, he said he came back to Sony and started talking to them about doing the game in 2013. So a 5-year cycle. Now nobody knows about the God of War game. Nobody knows about it. So they don't have the pressure. So they have plenty of time to like,
nobody knows about what's happening with God of War.
Right.
But I feel like the narrative changes if Sony's doing shitty in the race.
And well, doesn't
That's true.
online play really? It just basically it's iterative every year. Maybe they tweak the modes and everything. But that part seems like it's constantly developed over the time. I mean, and at least the campaign, they have 3 years to do. I mean, because it's
not that hard to do a campaign.
But
You just got to do the
multiplayer. I mean, and they have different studios like Raven and other studios.
They have Raven, Treyarch, Infinity Ward,
Sledgehammer.
I mean, is Infinity War still a thing? I don't even know.
Yeah, they are. But it's kind of hamstrung together. But I've heard they're going to do cooperative missions as their campaign. It used to be I can't remember what the name was.
Spec Ops.
They're basically, that's going to be their main mode for me.
Which, if they do that, that's fucking cool because that was the coolest thing about Modern Warfare 3, or was it 2?
Sure, make it fun. But when you take away the campaign, you ultimately say that's the game Todd's not going to play because I do not play the multiplayer.
Right, like
the zombies are kind of overdone at this point because they're every year now. So I don't know.
Well, see, that's the problem. They're not special anymore. So and so what they're doing is, and that's fine if they take the single player out. They are doing the math on what do we have to do to break this plateau, because their sales have been going down. Like I don't feel the World War II game did as well as their other games. It wasn't even in my radar to even pick up to even look at, even though it had zombies. The last Call of Duty game I bought was Black Ops 3. I'll probably not buy 4. I have shooters that I can play right now, and I bought
Black Ops 3 too, and I don't want to talk about it.
You bought it?
Yes. I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, exactly. I
mean, I enjoyed the campaign. The campaign was cool, and I played like the multiplayer for a while. They had some cool modes, but to sit there and have 3 years. Like, I understand maybe cutting some, like Ty was saying, like cutting some modes for multiplayer. Really, the campaign's pretty much done probably separately from that. And so it's like you can't do your campaign in like 3 years. I mean, that, like, and you've done it before. Like, I can understand, like you said, that I have no idea how developing games goes.
Yeah.
You don't know how to develop games.
Nope.
But Activision and their developing teams have set the precedent. They've set it for themselves. They said every 3 years we're going to have these games out. So I feel it's not that they didn't have the campaign. I feel at a certain point, it might have been last year, might have been early when PUBG was picking up. I will bet dollars to donuts that Activision went to them and said, scrap the campaign. we are now going to work on a battle royale mode. So the team,
I agree with you completely.
Team that was working on the campaign is now full on steam ahead, working on a battle royale mode. You guys can work a story into that, do your spec op missions like you guys were talking, whatever the hell those are. I've never played.
I missed those. If those were in there, I might consider buying a Call of Duty.
So I think that's what happened. And I think the rumors are true that it's going to come to Switch, but it's going to come as a Call of Duty mode only. I mean, a battle royale mode only. That's the rumor, that the Black Ops 4 on Switch will only be battle royale. So I could see that happening. And I even think Fortnite's going to come to Switch, and I think it's going to have Nintendo stuff. So like you'll be able to play as a skinned Mario or something like that and run around.
Makes total sense, because I mean, it'll play on your smartphone.
You can play it on your smartphone or your iPhone. How is it not on the Switch? How is it not on the Switch?
So I guess the question is, our biggest games, except for Red Dead Redemption 2 and Spider-Man, are those the biggest games, the games of the year candidates? Because I don't think that Smash Brothers or a Pokemon
I don't
most likely cannot compete for a game of the year.
Maybe Code Vein, if it has a story backing like a Dark Souls, like if it has a good story, I could see that being a game of the year. The combat in it looks really good. I agree. Like what else? And that's the thing. Like that's what kind of makes E3 exciting, because like we kind of have an idea what's going to come out in the fall, but we kind of don't. You know what I mean? Like. Sony might come out at E3 and be like, "Hey, here's our next game," and it's coming out in the fall, Because I personally feel they pushed Days Gone out to next year because I think they're focusing on 2 major releases a year till the end of the life cycle. So this year is going to be God of War, and then maybe even 3. They might do like a 3 legs to a stool. One is God of War. The other Spider-Man, and then it's a surprise game that they announce at E3.
Well, they have Detroit coming in.
I don't know if that would be.
Well, Detroit comes out this month.
Yeah, it's this month.
It is pretty big.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's not big. I'm just saying it's not like a huge tentpole title. I think it's like kind of like the string that it's the 2 strings that hold the the tentpole.
Well,
that's kind of what it is. It's not really a
the expectation for Detroit Become Human is for tried and true Sony fans to buy it.
Right.
That's the expectation, because we can talk about what people thought of Heavy Rain when it came out. I played and platinumed Heavy Rain on PS3. I liked the game, but as time has passed and I've thought about that game, there's some problems. And it's not just because there's only quick time events. It's not just because of the subpar acting. It's because we've between PS3 and now we've entered as a culture, not just game culture, but like a wider American culture. We've entered a realm of trying to be thoughtful of people's backgrounds. Yeah. And David Cage's games are very problematic when you bring that to it. And apparently I pissed Todd off. So,
not surprising.
It came back. Okay, good. Oh, I thought I offended you, Todd.
Oh my God, it was bad. I had a demon behind me, and I had to send him off.
Oh, okay, that's cool. As long as you're safe. But here's what I expect out of Detroit Become Human. I expect it to be passable, and that's someone who's not going to play it. Right.
I think they're smart about it. They know they can get the hardcore fans to buy it. They know hardcore fans are going to buy it. The ones that liked Heavy Rain. I haven't played Heavy Rain, so I don't have an opinion about it.
Like 80% of Nerds Gone Platinum's audience is going to buy.
Right. Like I am a fan of Beyond Two Souls, and I will say it's very smart of them to put the demo out there, because even though we've seen the video where it kind of sees how the demo plays out, there's multiple ways you can play out the demo. And so playing the demo has moved the game from I'm interested in that, to I'm going to buy it. Now, I'm not saying it's like it moved it to a day one, but now it's on my purchase list. Like, I've played the demo. I had a blast with it. I enjoyed what I played. It looks phenomenal. I think the story is going to be cool. The little snippet story of whatever you play in the demo was pretty cool. So I think that was a good move on Sony's part, was to put a demo out, to say because they also know that they have a lot of casual gamers who have bought a PS4 because their consoles are selling like hotcakes, and so it's like, okay, well, people might not know what a Quantic Dream game is, so here's a demo, play it. Oh, I can sit here and play this with my significant other, be it a wife or a husband or whatever, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, and we can make choices together. It can be like watching a movie, but we interact with it. Mm-hmm. I feel almost to the next level of a Telltale game. So if you have gamers out there that are buying PS4s and they're like, I don't know, I've never played a Telltale game. Here's a game that kind of, it's almost like the gateway game where like you can play it and then you're like, oh, this is pretty easy playing this game. Let me try another game, And so I feel it's not a tentpole game, but I think there's going to be another one. There will be a third game that Sony's going to surprise us with, I feel, at E3 that'll be launching like mid to late summer,
I have breaking news, guys. I have breaking news.
Go ahead.
It's been confirmed, Taco and Jason Schreier, that the online Nintendo service will feature cloud save.
Yeah, I saw that.
Well, now we can retire. See ya. Been real.
We're done.
Game over, man. Game over.
Yeah.
when your Switch dies, man,
like, oh man,
saves will live on in September.
Like I mean, how does that Dr. Cox quote go? I care so little, I almost passed out. Is that how that goes?
And the Todd shows up. There you go. I totally get your point though about the it could be a cool idea, and Sony's pushing this with what's that system they use with smartphone games, play together or whatever. It's like choose your own adventures, but you play with your friends. The Telltale experience.
Yes.
That could be fun, and that is probably a better experience for a spouse, a loved one, friends, than a hey, watch me kill these guys and you gasp. Yeah. You can make the decision. Kind of like Until Dawn. Right. Kind of playing with that, and Until Dawn is still one of my favorite experiences. Again, just loved it. It's fun. It's goofy. It's weird. My choices were bad, but it was still my choices. Loved it.
Right.
Well, I mean, and like a game like Until Dawn, you could still do it and just be like, oh man, that was dumb.
Well, that's kind of what I'm doing with Beyond Two Souls. Like there's like choices and I'm not like making like.
And thank you, Todd, for bringing up Choose Your Own Adventure books. I completely forgot.
It's called.
That one. Good call. Man.
They're called. The one that I'm thinking about is Hidden Agenda. So Hidden Agenda is the one that came out, and it's actually it's called Playlink. That's the name. Right. That's the type of game that it is, and I think the other one is That's You, which is kind of like a party game where like you're drawing stuff on your phone.
Well, it's like the Jackbox Party Pack games do that too.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. So it's a little bit more, but like all your friends have a mobile device, like a cell phone. So they come to your house, you have dinner, you're hanging out, you're like, hey, let's try this game. Here's the That's You, where it's just fun, having a good time. And then here's this game where we're like, because as far as I know, Hidden Agenda is everybody has their phone and then someone gets sent like file to like commit like crimes or do whatever, and then everybody else has to figure out who it is.
Well, I think everybody like gets sent something.
Right. And
like everyone has their own hidden agenda.
You have your facts. Like everybody has like certain amount of facts to the story and everything that's going on. And so like, and that it was done by the same Supermassive Games, the same developers that did Until Dawn. So
it's like Clue. It's like Clue collaborative, and it's fun.
Right.
Fun fact: if you play it's you, Shuhei Yoshida will show up at your house. It's like Candyman. You say it 3 times, he shows up and plays with you.
Well, damn, why haven't I been saying that? Because I'd hold him down
That
to be like,
explains why that weird Japanese man was at my door.
I'd be like, where
It didn't look like Shuhei, though. He
out?
looked real, just, I mean, it could have been a super distressed Shuhei, but, like, I don't want to.
And if you platinum that game, you get to change your penis.
I'd actually hold you down and be like, "Where's my Bloodborne 2?"
It's like, Kelly, let's play That's You. We're gonna play it right now. Shuhei. He just shows up. Where's Bloodborne 2? It's like, don't you want to change your PSN name? No.
Bloodborne 2.
Moose destroyed that opportunity for everybody.
Yeah. Sorry, suckers.
Sorry, not sorry. I have a problem. That was weird.
A little bit.
So we know these are the games that Sony's bringing out. Xbox has really nothing. Game of the Year.
Well, it's I mean,
Hey, they've got controllers. You can buy another controller.
Look, like I'm gonna say this. It sucks that Xbox is going through what they're going through.
Yeah,
it really sucks. But they did the same shit that Sony did.
Well, here's the thing. Those fuckers kicked Sony fans while they were down. And now while they're on the bottom, they're like, "Oh, you just love drama. You're just being a dork." It's like, motherfucker, you did the same exact thing to Sony fans.
Who had all the third-party exclusives in the 360 era?
A lot.
Microsoft did.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, they did. Huh.
COD map exclusive.
COD maps. Well, they didn't get the Destiny because Destiny was PS4. But yeah, they had the COD maps early. The only one that Sony had was Battlefield. Because I remember seeing like the Battlefield 3 maps would come to PS3 earlier than the 360. And I'm like, whatever. I'm still enjoying what I'm playing now.
And how many people gave a shit?
Nobody.
Exactly.
Yeah, GTA exclusive DLC content first on Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Remember that? The Ballad of Gay Tony, all that stuff? And it was just kind of silly. That was kind of like Sony took that playbook and ran with it. And they decided, guess what, guys? We don't have to play in fall because our third-party partners will be putting out the biggest games of the year.
Right.
And for us to put our own games out at that time would be dumb and stupid. And they realized we'll put a game out in fall or spring, summer, maybe early fall.
Think about this. Think about what God of War would look like if Sony was not doing well. I think it would have been rushed out a year or two early, so it would have had a 3-year development cycle, and it would not be as good as it is. So we kind of it's a double-edged sword. It gives Sony time to say, our systems are selling. We don't have to release games to sell our systems because we don't have. They've got a better first-party library now than they did in 2014, 2015. They got Bloodborne, Ratchet and Clank. They've got Gravity Rush 1 and 2. So they've got a good list of first-party games, or the Uncharted 4, Uncharted Lost Legacy, Horizon, now God of War. So, they've done a really good job of putting out first-party games. So if they were doing bad, God of War could have looked totally different. It could have been like, Sony could have went to them and been like, no, you're going to make the same kind of God of War you always make. Where it's just Kratos raging out, and let's just throw it out. We need to get a game out there to move through consoles.
Well, Corey Barlog wouldn't be back. They'd probably have to contact what's his name, the Twisted Metal guy.
Yeah,
David Jaffe.
Yeah, they probably get
having sex games and all that fun stuff. Yeah.
Well, David Jaffe, he created God of War, didn't he?
He did. He was the he created God of War 1. Went away, and then Twisted Metal Black 3. I can't remember which one. And then he made was it Calling All Cars? Then the scrapbook game. Yeah, Drawn. Yeah.
But I have like 18 thoughts I want to say at once, and I don't want to just sound like diarrhea. Yeah. So somebody else talk, please. Moose.
Peace out.
Potty break. You know what? I didn't even end it that way. I just said
I know. Yeah, I don't need a potty break, but I want to get a beer break and a water break.
Okay. Well, I definitely need a potty break.
Yes, you do, Phillips. You fucking piece of shit. Yes, you do. Stop rating for like 10 fucking seconds.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna send the invite to Todd.
All right, I'll be right back.
Hi.
Oh.
Secret friends, unite!
Matthew, how are you, bud?
Todd, how are you, sir? I'm good.
Oh, wow. I haven't seen your new background. Wow. That's sweet.
Man,
I miss your
He missed the old beer bottles, right?
beer bottles and your stuffed animal.
Oh, he's still up there. Stuffed animal's up there. You can't quite see him, but
it's a secret. Oh, there he is. Oh, okay.
I've had him since before I was born, believe it or
Yeah.
not.
Oh my God. Yeah, I still have a few. And I was expecting one day just all those bottles to just collapse on you and you'd be like impaled with shards, it'd be bad.
Yeah, it's been a while since you've been on. I'm now living with my girlfriend.
Nice.
And,
Nice.
A lot of those beer bottles are actually up in my room, and then we also have some lining the top of the kitchen because we're both alcoholics. So
Hey, it works for it works for me.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
How you been?
Yeah.
You good?
Good. Yeah. Kid is. It's about to upstairs.
You cut out. I can't.
No, Dad. Can you
Good.
hear me?
You're good now. Good now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I got to kick my son upstairs in a few.
You cut out
Actually,
again.
let me see what connection I'm on.
All right. I'm gonna use the bathroom and grab a beer.
Okay.
Moose should be right back as well. So.
Okay. Cool.
Back. Hey, Todd.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Not much. How you doing?
Good. Good. Matt said my connection was cutting out, so I'm just testing. Got a couple. So trying to find out which one works best. So weird. Isn't my? Am I moving erratically or anything or?
No, you're moving
Is
pretty.
my sound?
I think it's just your sound. Your video looks good, so you're not. That's not like
This.
like your
Okay.
hands, like
Yeah,
slow
let's
motion
see.
and stuff.
If
Like
it
the video
really
is pretty
cuts
good.
out, I will change mics.
Okay.
Yeah. Hold on a second. I gotta close the door and kick my son upstairs.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Do your thing, man. Oh, we got time.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kick Logan upstairs now. Oh, okay. Well, are you gonna call him up? Okay.
There he is. Yeah.
What's going on?
Not much. What's up, Mr. Man?
Chilling.
Nice. How's life? How's that PvP? Apparently not happening now.
Who's to say it isn't?
Yeah. That's the way to do it. Guys, I can't answer. I'm PvPing. Get in the box!
The box.
Don't stand in the fire ring.
Little Nicky, get in the flask.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Look, you're gonna get me killed.
I don't know why you're people. Just quit the round, man.
I totally just screamed my head off and you didn't hear it.
No, I didn't hear.
I was muted.
Obviously, Reba's not home.
No, she is. She's downstairs.
Done.
What's our
You've you've never played Tomb Raider? Original Tomb Raider?
No, I never played original Tomb Raider. I might have
I rented it and didn't like it.
Yeah, picked up a controller, tried it for like 5-10 minutes, and then just was like, nope.
How long?
Like, I might have done that, but I've never played through one.
Like on original PlayStation?
Yeah, I played it on original PlayStation. I think my buddy had it on a PlayStation when we got out of high school, and I would come back home and visit. He would have it, so I would try it, and I'd be like, this is not me. Because I think, didn't it have like the tank controls?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Where it was like ridiculous. So.
All games had tank controls at that time.
Yeah. I love your shirt, Matt, by the way.
Thank you, sir.
I'm plotting the purchase of my next t-shirt. Like a Dark Souls t-shirt. What you drinking, Todd? If you can hear us. Probably can't.
Hold on.
Original one of the first 3D accelerated games.
Okay. Are you going to stop rating? Are you going to stop rating to actually talk to us or no?
What was that?
Rating.
I'm talking to you, Phillips. Are you
going
to
stop PvP?
I'm just being ass.
Huh?
I know you are.
I know you're being ass.
We can't even hear you.
Yeah, we
really.
can't hear you.
You can't understand what you're saying.
Put headphones on.
Put headphones on and join the conversation. Come on, man.
Hashtag join the conversation.
Hashtag support your friends.
Support my friends.
I know you do. And we love you for it.
Look,
we do.
It's my headphones, but
Todd, have you met Matt Phillips?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I think they've been on a show together before.
I don't know.
Is that show? Maybe. I don't know. Todd's like, I'm getting there we go. Yeah.
This is a pain. Okay, tell me if this is better.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay, great. Awesome.
You sounded better.
Okay, I'm going old school because my new headset apparently is heavy. So, what I'm drinking is this monster, the Beast.
Montgomery peanut. What is it?
Peanut Buster Parfait?
It's Montgomery Brewing. It's in Minnesota, and it's a peanut butter porter. So.
Nice. Very nice.
You know what everyone likes? Parfaits.
Yeah, and I'm finishing this hop solution ale by Bell's. I don't know. Okay.
For the show, I have 2 on tap. I'm going to be drinking Are You Ready, Steve?
Nice.
Which is a reference to Ballroom Blitz by The Sweet by Single Cut.
Nice.
And then I'm drinking one by Funk that I've never had called Rustic.
That's weird. That label does not go with any of the art style you would think that they would have for their
I know.
I mean, that's cool.
I've had it for a bit. It's a winter style lager, so
ooh, very nice.
We're gonna have us a time tonight. I'm just gonna open it now before we even start.
Okay. I'm drinking Boddington.
Oh, Boddington's is good.
Yeah, I like it. I miss so I wanted to tell you I had that. Have y'all seen the cold brew nitro coffee you can get at Starbucks?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like drinking a Guinness. Like the smoothness of it and whatnot. It's delicious.
Is it a beer?
No, it's just coffee that's brewed with nitrogen and cold brewed. So it's like a cold coffee, but it's like smooth as butter in your mouth. It's delicious.
Phillips.
Yes.
Have you met Todd?
Yes, I am going to get my headphones so you can hear me.
Okay. How much longer do you have in your game before you can come play with mommy and daddy?
You want the actual truth? 9 minutes and 37 seconds.
Okay.
We can do the intro, and the three of us can talk about what we're gaming in before with it longer than 9 minutes.
Podcasted and captain flag at the same time. That's talent.
I mean, I once played Super Meat Boy for the entirety of the show. Once.
Nice.
I remember that show.
No, you don't. I think it was just Corey and I at the time, and he did not realize I was doing it. Okay, so
what's that, Corey? Oh, I missed what you said. You read that?
Yeah. It was like episode 18 or something like that. I was like, yeah, all right, whatever. Okay, so starting the show in 3, 2, 1.